yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex. We look at the clips, these credits are lit. Stacking miles, I'm far away.
Yeah. Who's that? No, this guy. Es puto Pacquiao.
That's how it's going to be. We're going to beat Manny Pacquiao.
He talked so much. Let's get it on.
Margarito tries to hand, and it's aimed at Pacquiao.
Yeah, this fight should be stopped. If the corner was smart, they would stop the fight.
November 13th, 2010, Arlington, Texas. That night, nearly 50,000 fans packed into Cowboys Stadium. And they weren't just there to watch a fight. They were there to witness revenge. The event had a name that almost sounded prophetic, the eighth wonder of the world. And for once, it didn't feel like hype, because the man walking into that ring was trying to do something almost impossible, win a world title in an eighth different weight class. His name was Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Across the ring stood a man with a terrifying reputation, a 5'11" Mexican pressure fighter known as the Tijuana Tornado, Antonio Margarito. His record was dangerous: 38 wins, 6 losses, 27 knockouts. A 3-time welterweight world champion, a relentless fighter with heavy, crushing power, the kind of pressure that could break a man round by round. Margarito didn't just fight, he marched forward like a storm, pushing, grinding, suffocating, never taking a backward step. That was why people feared him.
Succumbing to the pressure, and that knockdown could ultimately be the difference in the fight. Cotto getting beaten up by a bigger man, he's exhausted, and it's almost over. The punishment has accumulated to the point where Cotto has nothing left, and eventually
But behind that reputation, there was something much darker. In January of 2009, before his fight with Shane Mosley, a scandal erupted, and it changed forever how the boxing world looked at Antonio Margarito. Right before the fight, officials inspected his hand wraps, and inside they found hardened, plaster-like inserts. In other words, Margarito's fists were being turned into something dangerously close to loaded weapons.
So I checked the pad, and when I checked the pad, it felt hard. So when the commissioner felt it, he said, that feels pretty hard. The commissioner flipped it open, and a block fell out of it.
We were all asking ourselves, what happened? What is it? Antonio kept asking me, what's going on, Sergio? What is that? I said, I don't know. It looks like another piece of gauze to me, but I don't know.
The trick was exposed at the very last moment, and the boxing world was stunned. But then came the terrifying question: how many opponents had already taken punches from those loaded gloves before?
I don't even really remember anymore. That was 2 years ago. My answer is always going to be the same. The truth is, I don't need to cheat or do anything like that.
After that, Margarito was no longer seen as just a fighter. To many fans, he became a villain, a criminal of the ring, and people were waiting for one thing: for somebody to finally step in and punish him.
No mames, güey. No mames, te vamos. Ponlo aquí, güey, aquí. No mames, no voy a mirar, no voy a mirar. No mires, güey, no mires, güey, no mires, güey. No mires, güey, no mires, güey.
So when the world found out that Manny Pacquiao would be the one to take that role, the anticipation became almost physical.
I asked Manny, who do you want to fight next? He said, Margarita. I said, Manny, he's a little bit too big. He says, no. He says, I'll destroy him.
Who's gonna win? Pacquiao or Margarito?
Margarito.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Who's that? No, this guy. Es puto Pacquiao. Así es, pendejo.
Margarito, meanwhile, was full of arrogance. To him, this wasn't just a fight. This was a chance to crush a Filipino opponent he believed was too small, too weak, and too far out of his depth.
That's how it's going to be. We're going to beat Manny Pacquiao. When that bell rings, I promise you, Manny Pacquiao is going to ask himself, what kind of trouble did I get myself into?
No esteroides, my friends. Pero puro naturalito.
Because we know Manny has beaten a lot of Mexican fighters, and I've said it before, we're going to end that little streak he's been on. Everybody knows how I fight. I throw punches, I come forward, and I apply pressure. And honestly, Manny Pacquiao knows. He knows. It's like putting a heavy bag in front of me. You put a bag in front of me.
And physically, every advantage seemed to belong to Margarito. The numbers were brutal. He was nearly 4.5 inches taller, 5 feet 11 inches, compared to Pacquiao's 5 feet 6.5 inches. And the weight difference was even more shocking. At the official weigh-in, Pacquiao came in at 144.6 pounds. Margarito weighed 150. But according to HBO's Fight Night measurements, the picture looked even worse. Pacquiao was 147 pounds. Margarito had rehydrated all the way up to 165, almost 18 pounds heavier. This wasn't just a size difference, this was a gap. But Manny saw the fight differently. He wasn't just looking at a bigger opponent, he was looking at a predator, a man who, in the eyes of many, had already made cheating part of his identity. And for Pacquiao, this fight became bigger than sport. It was a chance to restore justice, a chance to teach a lesson to someone who thought the rules didn't apply to him.
Right here, right now, so everyone can see.
Were you aware of the plaster in your hand wraps?
Miles de veces lo he dicho que no sabía nada. Otra vez lo vuelvo a decir. I don't know. I'll say it again. I had no idea.
Of course, you know. What do you think about stupid? You're gonna like, oh, coach, put my hand in my hands. Oh, I'm gonna close my eyes. Oh, like that, right? It's a common sense. That's my role, to fight a bigger guy.
Every move he makes, we're gonna counter it. I thought this was gonna be a tough fight. I don't think so anymore. We know what we're gonna do.
And then came fight night. You could almost feel the tension hanging in the air. Pacquiao walked out focused, cold-eyed, locked in. Margarito carried himself with arrogance. He seemed to enjoy the role of the dangerous villain. He believed he was going to overpower the smaller Filipino the same way he had overwhelmed so many others.
Resistance to fight and stick with his game plan, and then assault after 4 or 5.
Round 1, they touch gloves. And so it begins, gentlemen.
But from the opening seconds, one thing became clear. He had badly miscalculated. Pacquiao came at him with a speed Margarito simply couldn't read. Lightning combinations, angles from both sides, constant movement. Margarito was getting hit before he even understood where the punches were coming from.
Left of the body.
Fighters out there that really can give you a certain looks.
3-punch combination there. 2 to the head and the right to the body.
I think you can look at the guys when we are up close. Look at Pacquiao's lower legs. They're so much heavier than the taller Margarito and the heavier.
Pacquiao fighting a smart fight.
So he's fighting his game plan.
Pacquiao hitting and not being hit. Good shot to the body. There's a right hand by Margarito.
Beautiful body shot by Manny Pacquiao.
It's so noticeable, the hand speed. Look at him touch the chin and Manny gives him that head.
Yeah, right. And there already was just a moment ago one headbutt. Margarito now throws a jab and a couple of body shots, slips a right hand through. And Pacquiao answers with 5 of his own.
Margarito, impressed by his speed, with smiles.
You know, it's like one sustained touchdown after another. The way this crowd is. It's unbelievable, folks. The enthusiasm in this arena.
Most of those by Margarito missed. Those 2 got through.
Beautiful right foot counter punch Pacquiao has really perfected.
Pacquiao 3 to the body, then comes the left hand knee to the body. Reaching right hand is short by Margarito.
Manny signifies, come on, let's get it on, let's go. You wouldn't think that his fight plan would be to mix in the center of the ring and want to have a brawl in the middle of the ring.
No, you're exactly right. And Margarito, usually the guy who's constantly coming forward with his hands, never by his chin, always attacking. But when you're worried about getting hit as much as against a Pacquiao, you can't help but keep him covered.
Well, he's got it back in his heels now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Margarito's got there a couple of times with Pacquiao's out punching him 5-1.
Easily done.
It's definitely good on the inside. Just ask Miguel Cotto.
Manny can never forget the matter who's doing.
Beautiful combinations by Manny Pacquiao.
Punches left, then he's bouncing back, his right throws him right.
Reluctant to let go of his hands.
Doesn't miss with that left.
Margarito can't hit him. He can't catch him.
Much was made of the last fight when Plotty did not let his hands go. Margarito's doing a little bit better of the job, but not as much as I thought he would let his hands go.
No, I completely agree with you. I think the last fight, Pacquiao just took all the fight away. Came with that left hand from out of nowhere. Look at this. 4-punch combination. He's got Margarito going back.
With the onslaught, due to his undertraining, if you will. Those hands are heavy.
Yes, they are.
That chin is solid. So it's definitely a tough customer, and he's got a lot of heart.
And again, the way that head's bouncing around, man. Look at the way he's operating. I think that
By the 4th round, the first truly dramatic moment arrived. Pacquiao nearly dropped him with a brutal shot to the body. The huge, supposedly unbreakable tornado staggered.
Look at the defense to him, Manny. You know, he's blocking a lot on the gloves and on the elbow. And there's Margarito on the assault. But he's beat by the quicker Pacquiao again.
Absolutely. He's getting out quicked and he's getting out slugged.
Now that's where Pacquiao does not want to be in. Wisely, he moved out of that corner because that's where Margarito can do some damage, and he does have the best chances of hurting Pacquiao is when he's on those ropes.
Again, a 2-punch combination for Pacquiao.
Pacquiao bringing out the whole arsenal tonight. Hooks, uppercuts.
And a welt under the right eye already of Margarito, and that's going to be a problem. It's pretty nasty right now.
I remember he said after 4 he's going to start busting him up. He's already started it in the 4th round.
Beautiful display for Pacquiao. Margarito has done nothing to take advantage of his height, his reach. At this point, it's a glorified sparring match. But Pacquiao's having his way with Antonio Margarito.
It's absolutely, they call this sport the sweet science. This is what they need.
Look at him blocking him on the elbow. He comes with the uppercut. He catches it with his hands. This guy's extraordinary.
It's an absolute clinic that he's putting on right now.
That eye is back.
Margarito off, and Margarito now in retreat.
He might be ready to drop it.
He could be.
And that was a really bad cut, Colonel.
Yeah, he is beat up.
And that is in the eye, and Pacquiao is pulling the trigger.
His face is totally busted up. And we're only in the 4th round with 45 seconds left in the board. And this has been from the get-go. It's been all Pacquiao. Here's the courage of Margarito, but not effective at all.
Nothing effective. He's got a lot.
Floyd Mayweather, come out wherever you are, wherever you're watching this. Don't deny the people that love boxing the chance to see two great fighters do battle. He's the only one left that really makes sense, because this guy is really showing his class tonight.
Gentlemen, what does this say about Pacquiao as far as his legs? If he's able to end in a knockout, De La Hoya, Hatton, Cotto, Margarito, if all these guys end in a knockout, I mean, it's hard not to put him in that conversation of greatest ever.
Absolutely. You know, an accumulation of punches. This guy's a power puncher with both hands.
Oh, Colonel, the fact that he's able to ascend to all these reflexes, which makes it so impressive.
I mean, his seat in Canastota is solid already.
Okay. Margarito got a little bit of a wake-up call, and now he's just paying for it.
Talk about relentless. I mean, Margarito in his prime was relentless like this. Pacquiao had to stop throwing punches from the get-go.
And again, he's got him backing up. And two, you made a great point, Colonel. The fact is, not only...
And this should have been, but Margarito cannot execute against him at all.
Yep.
Not at all.
Isn't it fascinating that the most competitive fight that he's been in was back at 126 against Marquez?
That's right.
But technically won more rounds in other fights.
That's exactly right. I think, though, that he's a much better...
31 years of age, right in the prime of his career. Boxing has got to see Mayweather in do battle.
Oh, you're right.
Little uppercut from Margarito. Gets a bit of a wake-up call here.
And again, where that right side is where the power hand is a man. He's blasted right on top of it.
It is looking worse for wear, and that's going to be completely shut.
In perpetual motion, Mario. This guy doesn't stop on his feet.
That's what I was concerned with all the rumors floating around was the conditioning, the spring and the step. Well, looks like the same old fantastic Manny to me.
Absolutely does. And he's just so sharp. I don't know what you could say.
The crowd froze. And slowly, Margarito's face began turning into a canvas of blood and swelling, cuts, bruises, a closing eye. Round after round, the damage kept building. Probably the only real moment of success Margarito had all night came in the 6th round. That was when he caught Pacquiao with a heavy hook to the body, driving the Filipino back toward the ropes. For one brief second, Manny's fans held their breath. It was the closest Margarito ever came to forcing his kind of fight.
Coming out of the end of round 6, and it's just more of the same thing.
Beautiful counter shot from Margarito.
Pacquiao got his hand wrapped on the rope, and Margarito hit him a pretty good shot.
Margarito not done, not going out without a fight.
Well, I think that one punch got Pacquiao's attention.
Oh, and that's a big left hand by Pacquiao.
Now Pacquiao fighting off the ropes and kind of getting things back to where they were.
Listen to the crowd at the bell.
After that, Pacquiao took control again, and the numbers from this beating tell the story by themselves. Pacquiao threw 1,069 punches and landed 474 of them. That's a 44% connect rate. But the power punch numbers were even more insane. 411 landed out of 713, a staggering 58%. Margarito, despite all his size and strength, landed only 229 of 817, just 28%. The smaller Filipino wasn't just outboxing the giant, he was taking him apart piece by piece.
I don't think anything describes him better than perpetual motion this entire fight for these kids. Look at that right eye by Margarito, almost totally closed.
10 seconds left here in round 7. Margarito did get there again with the right hand. Every now and then.
Every now and then, you're right. It's important to the sport.
I mean, that fight has to be made for the sport of boxing.
Look at this, Manny chooses to stay in the ropes and mix with him.
And that's not a good place to be because Margarito still, you can hear those punches, gentlemen. And they're still coming with ferocity. And Manny likes to mix it up. He does.
Sometimes a fighter just has to fight. Test himself. Look at the face.
Vicious shots. And Margarito taking them and smiling. And Pacquiao's getting, wow, this is a tough customer here in front of me.
Outside just a moment ago. Pacquiao on the ropes. He hit him.
And he has him there again. Let's see if he can be busy doing this to him.
Pacquiao backs into the ropes again.
The crowd going wild, sensing Margarito is doing something effective.
That's what I said against Cloudy, too. When he throw 1,300 punches.
Look at this.
And it's a much more entertaining affair than when Cloudy and Margarito come in to fight.
Margarito's landed some of his best punches of the fight in this round.
Yeah, that's cool.
He hasn't won the round at all.
No, hasn't done enough because Pacquiao's had an answer for everything he's thrown at him. Beautiful counter shot by Margarito. I mean, Pacquiao with lefts and rights.
Here's the warrior. Pacquiao chooses to stay in the corner. Where does the energy come from?
Every time Margarito tried to close the distance and force his physical fight, Pacquiao slid away, countered, and shook him up all over again. This was complete, total domination.
The left eye now, too, so it's not just the right eye that's a problem for Margarito.
Margarito being effective, getting him to the end of those ropes and a big right hook. Counter right hook for Pacquiao.
But he picks his shots.
Pacquiao, though, and I love him for it, is easily enticed into a fight, and that's what makes him not only one of the best boxers, one of the best entertainers in the sport.
Meanwhile, I got him prohibitively in front winning every single round of the fight, 80-71. It would take a knockout on my card for Margarito. win the fight, and certainly have to knock him down 2 or 3 times to even get in the fight.
Yeah, it's hard to make a case for Margarito having won any round, although I think Pacquiao's kind of taken this round off a little bit.
Still landing big shots, Barry. Yeah, that's exactly right. Not as busy as he's been in prior rounds, but still landing some effective shots.
But now you find out if the fatigue of the Energizer Bunny begins to show.
Tough customer. Huge right hook that he just took from Manny Pacquiao. Kept coming.
Pacquiao now gets out of there. Pacquiao's punch production is definitely down in this round, but I still think he probably did enough to win the round.
Oh, definitely.
I'm looking every way I can to give Margarito a run.
Too much grease on the face of Margarito. It's the second warning. One of the rest, if you can see.
He said how many fingers?
In this position where his opponent is still coming forward.
Yeah. It's a double right hand. Very difficult combination.
You notice the fatigue factor. I was going to say Manny missed it a couple times as I'm about to let that come out of the right hand.
He just took about 5 shots.
Oh, another beautiful shot from Manny.
It was an uppercut. Look at this. Pacquiao.
Margarito saw our time seeing.
He's not seeing to the right side at all.
And Pacquiao's just not missing anything.
Like pinpoint. Look at that right on top of it again. This might be the last round of the fight.
Unbelievable accuracy.
Absolute frenzy.
Yeah, it's just been a terrific night. I've seen an absolute clinic here from the champion, Manny Pacquiao. And it's not to take anything away from Margarito. Margarito came here with an idea. He's really tried.
He's keeps on fighting. Manny beat the daylights out of him now. Right eye closed. Nobody's been down. Nobody really shaken. But Manny just beat the daylights out of him now.
Yeah, this fight should be stopped. And if the corner was smart, they would stop the fight.
Oh, Margarito, a huge right.
Yeah, and now he's in trouble. Still 15 seconds to go.
Margarito's a perfect example of a fighter who's a little too tough for his own good.
That's exactly right.
And that can be dangerous later in life.
And you hope he survives the round, and then they stop it. That's it.
And this is where the story goes beyond boxing. By the late rounds, it was obvious that Margarito was broken. His right orbital bone was damaged. His face had become a mask of blood, swelling, and punishment. And then something happened that you almost never see at the highest level of the sport. Pacquiao himself began looking toward Rern Cole, asking him to stop the beating. The champion was asking for mercy for the man standing across from him. But Cole let the fight continue all the way to the final bell. Maybe he remembered Margarito's pre-fight words that he would rather die than quit.
32 up to about 40 tonight.
This fight has gone on too far, too long.
Margarito's still throwing. Not being effective, but still throwing.
This is beginning to remind me of Gerald McClellan.
Pacquiao looking Lawrence Cole to stop the fight, and Lawrence Cole should stand there, and he should step in and stop it right now.
I think Lawrence should stop it very shortly. There's about 7 punches in a row there. He looks like, come on, what do you want me to do?
Lawrence might just be admiring his work and forgetting where he's at the moment.
Stop this fight.
This is way past what should be.
How many more times are you going to hit him in the head? He's on his feet. He can't do anything. He's getting pummeled in the head.
And I think Pacquiao just said, come on to Lawrence Cole again.
Lawrence Cole, where are you, Lawrence?
Stop it, Lawrence.
Yeah, that's a very poor job.
Lawrence.
Doesn't matter if he can see it.
I mean, he'd be criticized if he stopped the fight by my son, but the corner's responsible for the health of this kid, too.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. Often the blame goes to the ref, but you're right. It's the corner. But if the fighters don't want to go out on the run, they don't want to quit. They don't want to look like the quitter.
They'll never quit. You don't listen to the fighters when you run the corner. Guys like this from Tijuana or the Philippines, they won't quit. You got to use your head.
No,
and it doesn't need to go any further. And I'm a big advocate in professional fighting and let it go as far as you can, but this is beyond where it needs to go.
I agree with you.
This has got to be the last round.
There's no victory in going any sort of distance.
Manny looks at Lawrence Cole and say, what do you want me to do with this?
Is that just so the man can finish the fight? And I just think it's 100% wrong. I cannot defend what Lawrence Cole was doing at all.
Pacquiao told a gentleman, asked him if he's okay. Margarito saying yes.
And Pacquiao will likely just get on his bike and stay away here.
110 to 98, no chance. The guy's going to take another 50 more head blows.
I'm guessing Pacquiao.
He's actually trying not to fight. He may not. He's got to fight. A fighter's got to fight.
Oh yeah, it's not on Pacquiao.
No, not on Pacquiao at all. And he's actually being a professional and a gentleman, asking him to come on, and he's just sort of toying with him at the moment. Even his quick glancing counterpunches are still very effective, though.
Now look at Manny. He's just touching him up. That's all he's doing. He's not throwing hard. He's been being buried for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Great being with you, Mario. Great credit to boxing. We're glad to have you in boxing. Believe me.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, Pacquiao really showing what a class act he is here. Doing what the referee wouldn't do. Showing mercy.
It's the first time I've ever seen a fight actually show mercy in the ring. Yeah. I've seen guys that have been basically taking this round off. And now maybe he'll finish strong for the last 30 seconds. But I mean, he could knock this guy down right now.
Yeah. against the crowd involved again, but I don't think Pacquiao really wants to do this. He's gone this far. Let's let him finish it on his feet.
Mario, if you interview him at the end of the fight, and I think you're going to get in there, ask him if he, in the end, had mercy for him. I'd like to know and hear it from you.
Definitely going to ask him.
Listen to the crowd. What a frenzy. Closing seconds of a great fight for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, if not a great fight, a great victory.
After 12 rounds, the judges made it official: 120 to 108, 118 to 110, and 119 to 109 for Manny Pacquiao. Manny had officially become a world champion in an 8th weight division. The 8th wonder of the world had happened. Right after the fight, Margarito wasn't taken to an interview. He was taken straight to the hospital. The orbital injury was so serious that it essentially changed the rest of his career. After surgery and a long recovery, he was never truly the same fighter again. Pacquiao, meanwhile, said something after the fight that revealed a lot about who he was as a person. When he was asked if he held back in the later rounds, Manny said he simply let the 3 minutes run out. Then he said the line that became legendary: "Boxing is not for killing."
Now, it seemed like in the 11th round, after Margarito was taking such a beating throughout the whole fight, that you looked at the ref and said to stop this fight. Were you, in fact, indicating that you wanted him to stop? He had enough punishment?
I mean, I told the referee, take a look at the doctor and see if he can still fight him, because he's really bad. His face and the eyes, the cutted eyes. Boxing is not for for killing each other.
Go, stack it up till it can't fold. I just did 10 in a row. I just did 10 in a row. I just did 10, gotta go. Go, 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 go.